We approached the SGU in 2013 for some support because we were keen to put the golf club on a more professional business footing. And we engaged with Ian Evans to help us in that regard. And the SGU helped us with a lot of the governance side of things, and we held a members forum, and that members forum gave us a mandate to move forward with the business plan that the SGU were keen for us to put in place and drive forward every aspect of the golf club. One of the main things that came out of the business planning process was that we were keen to attract new members, and one way of doing this was through an open day, something that we hadn't done at the golf club for a long time. So we decided to actually put an open day in place, and with the help of Ian Evans from Scottish Golf, we had a planning session to drive forward what we were going to establish on the open day, what were our priorities on the day, and that enabled us to actually establish a project plan for the day itself, which included the key elements of planning for the day, allocating responsibilities for the day, what were we trying to achieve on the day, and what were the actual outcomes of the day. And that plan was put in place, and it was very successful. When we established the fact that we were going to go with the open day theme, we got a subcommittee together which included the lady captain, myself as secretary, and Gordon Law, the club professional. And between us we worked out what needed to be done, who needed to do it, and we sought volunteers from within the club. We allocated responsibility to each volunteer, and basically the plan took shape itself. And through the good use of members and what have you, we were able to actually cover all the bases. For example, we had an expert on marketing who was a member of the club who helped us produce a very professional leaflet promoting the day itself. We have other members who have skills in closing sales, for example, so we engaged them to be part of the sales force at the end of the day. So all in all, we tapped into the resource that was available to us.
We ran the open day on the golf course. We enlisted the help of quite a lot of volunteers for the day, including junior members, some past captains and some members, just to really just help us get the people who didn't know where they were going on the way around the golf course.
Promotion of the open day we thought was very important, so we kicked off by establishing what our budget was to be, how much we were going to spend, and we basically came to the rule of thumb that okay, we'll take one member's subscription for the year and we'll use that as our budget for advertising, and if we get one new member as a result of the open day, we'd wash our face with it. We purchased two very professional banners which we put at the roads that bound the course, and the main roads that bound the course. We also engaged with a local printing firm who produced a very professional leaflet for us, and actually dropped that leaflet through all the doors of both Broxbourne and Uphall. Now, there was no monetary payment made there because we used their initiative, and we struck a deal with the firm themselves by giving them some free golf which they could use to entertain their clients, that kind of thing. So that was kind of cost neutral. We also used that banner that they produced, and we printed some off ourselves, and we distributed them with the use of member volunteers to all the towns and in the neighbourhood, and that way we were able to drop another 1,000 leaflets in the locality. So all in all, we were quite pleased with that. We also had a Twitter event organised with us from the Scottish Golf Union, and they basically did a news story for us which was published on the website, which was followed up by a Twitter campaign which again was very successful. And ourselves, we had an article published in the Edinburgh Evening News by Martin Dempster who basically highlighted what the club were trying to achieve. That's right.
The open day in the clubhouse, we obviously put on some free food. This was after the free round of golf that they had as well, so everybody likes the word free, so that seemed to go down quite well. Most people came back in. Obviously that was to entice people to come back in after their golf. Yeah, it went very, very well. The atmosphere in the club with members who were obviously helping as well, it seemed to go pretty good.
Now, the open day itself was actually very successful. We set ourselves a target of, as I say, one new member, and that would wash its face with the advertising costs that we put in place. We were really looking to obtain 10 new members, and that would have been a real success for us. On the day itself, we attracted something like 50 players to come along on the day, and from that 50 players we managed to sign up 20 new members on the day and in the days leading up to the open day. Subsequent to the open day as well, over the following few weeks, we managed to attract another 15 members. So all in all, we ended up with, over a 3 to 4 week period, 35 new members for the golf club. We did learn a lot of lessons. We struggled with the date for the open day, and we eventually plumped for early in the season. If we were doing an open day again, we would probably do it at the height of the season, perhaps at a time that was more conducive to people who were perhaps going to leave another golf club and join our golf club. But because we did it early in the season, a lot of people had already signed up for their golf for the year, so we kind of missed out a wee bit on that market. But certainly we would look at the date and we would do it at the height of summer, perhaps being a better time.
The open day itself achieved great success for the club numerically. We took 20 people on the day, we took some people beforehand, and we took another 15 people as members, full members, after the open day, which in this climate is quite a good success rate, I would have thought. We had a lot of people actually enter to play on the day as well, so in itself it was a great success as far as we're concerned. Yeah.
The main reason we think our open day was a success was we stuck to 4 key fundamentals. We made sure that we planned it properly, that the planning was in place and that we had every base covered. We also made sure that we promoted the day very well. We got to the local marketplace, we got to the wider marketplace as well, and we felt quite comfortable about that. The delivery on the day itself was very professional. We got a lot of members involved. We got ambassadors who were members of the club, who were walking the course, who were meeting and greeting, who were making sure that all our guests was well catered for. And very importantly, the final one was the follow-up. We made sure that we did follow up, both with the members that were signed up on the day, but also with the members that didn't sign up on the day. We got in contact with them because we captured their details on the day, and we made sure that we made contact with them. You never know, they may become members in the future.